Hello, 7th graders. Mr. Gotchick here. I hope you've been enjoying your owl pellet lab and that you've made some interesting discoveries as you've dug into your owl pellet. We've been talking about owl adaptations and the role that an owl plays in its ecosystem. Today we're going to gather some information from our lab. There are two things that you already know. One, you know how many prey you found in your owl pellet, and you've identified the types of prey that have been found in your owl pellet. Today we're going to collect that class information and we're going to put it together in a graph form. You're actually going to make two graphs. As you're collecting class information today, it's important to keep in mind the question that we were trying to answer all along. The question is, how does the number of prey affect the size of the pellet? Let's find out. Having a way to collect and share data is an important step in the scientific process. Mr. Neinfeld and I have shared with you on Google Classroom a spreadsheet that we will be using today in class. The data table you see contains the discoveries from our class, doing lots of trials ensures a fair experiment. At this point in time, please go up to File and make a copy of this document. Call the document Owl Pellet Data, followed by your last name. You can close out the original, and now this one just belongs to you. Notice along the bottom, there are 5 tabs. Please click on the tab that matches your science class. Today we're going to make two different graphs using our data tables. The first one we're going to make is called a scatter plot, and we're going to use this data right here in the green and white. The second graph we're going to make is a circle graph, and we're actually going to use this data over here in the blue and the white and the yellow. Let's get started on our scatter plot. In order to do your scatter plot, you need to highlight all of the green and white things, including the titles, the number of prey, and the mass of pellets. Once you have that highlighted, we're going to use a toolbar up at the top, and we're going to look for something that looks like a chart. It's called Insert Chart. When you click on that, you will find a variety of different graphic representations of the data that you have highlighted on your spreadsheet. We are looking in particular for a scatter plot. You'll find that on the lower left. You want to insert that data table or that graph onto your spreadsheet. And then we're going to modify it by clicking in the upper right-hand corner and do some advanced editing. On the left here, you can do some customization. It's important to make sure that you're not using any short language. We're going to use proper language. So let's use a capital name, and let's capitalize the P in prey. And that instantly makes changes once you hit enter on your scatter plot. As you scroll down here using this toolbar, you're going to want to make sure that your x-axis has a proper title as well. So let's get rid of that and choose the word number of prey and hit enter, and those changes take place right here. As you scroll down, and you're welcome to change these as you see fit, the last thing I'd like you to add here is something called a trend line. We're going to be adding a linear trend line to this page, and this will help us answer our question, how does the number of prey affect the mass of the pellet? And you can update that, and that shows back up on your spreadsheet. Now let's talk about how to make a circle graph. In order to make a circle graph or a pie graph, we're going to only be using the information in the yellow column, and to the right of that where we have named the animals that our owl consumed. Once you have those things highlighted, go back up to Insert a Chart, and we're now going to insert a pie chart or a circle chart. And click Insert, and make sure you turn that into something that's viewable. This drop down here, we're going to once again use that advanced editing, and we're going to insert a title. A title might be a percentage of prey consumed, or you may include something like owl's diet or things like that. At this point in time, you have some options to customize, and you'll want to consider what looks best because you're going to be preparing this for a presentation. You have some options for borders, you have some options for 3D features, you have the option to maximize it. If you maximize it, you lose your title. And you can update that, and there you have it. Today you've created two charts. You've created a pie chart, and you've created a scatter plot. If you have any questions, let us know.